Today we're going to be looking at how easily you can raise rabbits at home, especially meat rabbits. For those families who would like to have a secure source of food for their families, rabbit keeping is one of those things that you can do. And maybe if you then have more than enough to feed your family, you can look at selling. So basically on the channel, most of the time we are making videos about commercial rabbit farming. But this one is particularly for those people who would like to have rabbit farming at their home to kind of provide meat for their families. So all you will need is a rabbit hutch like this, which you should put in a shed. Maybe this can be in your veranda, it can be behind your house. So you're going to need a rabbit hutch like this. This is a two-tier system with a manure collecting point and the urine collecting point. From these, you are able to apply these manures in your vegetable garden, and also you're able to apply these droppings in your vegetable garden. The urine you can use as manure. Now, how much will this rabbit hutch cost you? This rabbit hutch is going to cost you around 600 Ugandan shillings. That's about 160 US dollars for you to be able to acquire a rabbit hutch, three-tier system like this with urine and dropping collection points, and it will have 3 rooms on the top. This is room 2. That is room 1 with 2 beautiful bunnies, and then you're going to have room 3 there with also beautiful bunnies. From that you have this downer level, which you can also fill with rabbits. So how many rabbits can this cage here hold? So for just home consumption, unless you're going to engage in a huge breeding system, 2 doors and 1 back should be able to be sufficient to provide for you meat. A door is a female rabbit, a back is a male rabbit. And the rabbit breeds that you should be looking at for this at home is our top recommendation will be this one here, which you see. This is a New Zealand white, which is all white with pink eyes, pinkish eyes. These are terrific breeders. They are prolific. They give birth many times in a year, and also they give birth to many bunnies. We recommend that you make a breeding program which will allow your bunny to only give birth 5 times in a year. We believe that if you have 2 bunnies, mother rabbits, you are able to produce enough meat for your family. So the other breed that we recommend is the California white. So the New Zealand and the California, they are quite similar. The only difference is that this is all white, but with black ears, a black marking on the nose, tail, and the legs. So this is a California, though this is still young. This has just been recently weaned, but these also make very good meat rabbits. So let me just find the breeding door for this one, and we'll just have a look at how the mature rabbit will look like. So this is how the mature mother rabbit New Zealand buck is going to look. Like I said, these are prolific breeders. They give birth to many bunnies and they take care of them. Like you can see, this one has 5 bunnies which are almost nearing weaning age, and the mother is there. So this is another breed which you can have on your farm. if you just want to breed rabbits for meat for your family. The other breed is the Chinchilla. This is the American Chinchilla, the brown in color. This is another good choice for those wanting to start a small-scale farm to provide meat for their family. These have a high meat to bone ratio, which means you have actually more edible meat when you slaughter this bunny here. This makes it very good, also top on our list for the best meat rabbits that you can select from when making raising rabbits at home. So what will you feed your bunnies once you have made your cage, you have got your breeds? What will you be feeding your rabbits? You will be feeding your rabbits 80% hay. This hay can be alfalfa hay, Chloris Guyana, orchard grass, basically dry matter. Rabbits best eat dry matter, and when they do, you're going to need to provide them water. You are going to need one of these. These are called clay feeders. This one you can pour water because this has been burnt. It cannot leak or water cannot damage it. So you're going to need one of these to provide water to your rabbits and also to act as the feeding bowl for pellet. If you're feeding pellet, a mature rabbit, you give it 60 grams of pellet and 60 in the morning and 60 grams of pellet in the evening. If you're using these for water, this can be a good one. You can also use the nipple system, and this is what we recommend, where you mount these tubes with a nipple at the end, and then you connect it to a bucket, and when the bunnies touch this nipple here, you see that the nipple will release water, and this is the best way for you to provide water for your bunnies. So that way you know that the bunnies will not pour the water and go hungry in the night or go without water the entire night. So you have your bunnies in your cage, you have stocked your breeds, and you should be buying rabbits which are at least 4 months old. If you have never reared a rabbit, we recommend you start with little bunnies so that you grow together as you learn how to take care of the bunnies before they can give you little bunnies like these ones which you see, because these are going to be delicate for you to take care of, and this is where your meat is going to come from. So you don't want to get to that point when you're not yet ready in terms of taking care of the rabbit. So you breed rabbits which are at least 6 months old for the females. The males should be at least 7 months old. So wait on your bunnies until they have reached that age. That's when they are able to handle the breeding process. When breeding, take the female to the male. Always take the female to the male because rabbits are territorial. When you take the male to the female's cage, the female will resist to be bred because that is her territory. She has marked it. So when another rabbit comes in, she sees as if they are intruding on her territory. So she will not allow to be bred. And also the back will just be moving around the cage to try and get familiar with that space because it is not used to staying in that space. So the best way to breed the rabbit is take the female to the male. And you only need to be, you need to be there and watch the rabbits breeding. You need only 3 successful fall-offs, and the fall-offs we mean the rabbit mounting the female and falling on the side. That's an indication that you have had a successful breeding. Once the rabbit has been bred successfully, you need now to mark the breeding date in your calendar, and also mark the date of providing a nest box to your bunny. This should be provided on day 28 because the rabbits normally give birth after 30 days. So between 30 and 35 days, your rabbit will be giving birth. So you need to provide a nest box. What is a nest box? A nest box is that private place where your rabbit is going to give birth. So this is one of those. If I can just put it down here. So this is a nest box, and you see that this rabbit gave birth to 6 bunnies, and this is where they are going to live from the first day of being born up to around 3 weeks. So at around 2.5 weeks, the rabbits will have gained some fur, and they will have opened their eyes. Remember, guys, the rabbits are born without fur and when their eyes are closed. And this stage is very crucial because they need to be warm. Most of the time, the bunnies will pull off the fur and cover the babies to keep them warm. But also, this nest box is going to shield them from that harsh weather. So that's why a nest box is going to be important for you to provide for your bunny, because that's where these little bunnies are going to stay for a few days or weeks before they can jump out of this nest box and start having fun in the cage. So the nest box should have a mesh at the bottom. This is going to allow the droppings to fall through because these bunnies are feeding and they should have droppings. They also urinate. So if you use a wooden base, then the nest box is going to be damp, and when it is damp, your bunnies are going to get sick. So ensure that your nest box has a mesh at the bottom. So as the bunnies jump out of the nest box, you can go ahead and remove it from the cage so that you provide them more space to play around. Around 6 weeks, the bunnies will have grown enough to be separated from the mother so that they can live independent and also create for you space for you to rebreed your dog. But you can wait for, if you're not in a rush to breed rabbits, we recommend that if you can wean your bunnies at least at 6 weeks. But you can go up to 8 weeks, but 6 weeks should be the minimum that you remove the bunnies from the mother. Now, from the setup which we had, if you have 2 breeding doors and 1 buck, we say the door is a female rabbit, buck is the male rabbit. You're going to have 3 cages waiting for you to put bunnies. And these cages can hold up to 6 little bunnies and bunnies of this size. The cage should be a 2.5 square foot, as in the compartment of the cage. And that should be able to have about 6 bunnies at weaning age. And then as they grow in weight, you need to continue separating them, because if you keep them in one cage, when the space is small, they are going to struggle for even space to exercise, and then they may not grow out well. Your rabbits are going to be ready for meat or for slaughtering when they have gained the weight of about 2.5 kilos in terms of live weight. This can happen at 5 months, at 4 months, depending on how you are caring for them and how you're feeding them. Especially if you're feeding them dry matter and they are drinking a lot of water, that is going to help you with weight gain. Remember, the body is made up of a lot of fluid, so if you're giving your rabbits a lot of water, they are going to gain weight faster. About 4 months, you should be able to slaughter these bunnies and put them in your fridge. Guys, if you've watched the video this far, please consider giving it a like, subscribe to the channel. That's how you can show us some love and support, because when you do that, YouTube pushes our videos to more viewers. We hope that by doing these videos, we are able to help a person or two, and if that happens, then we will have achieved our goal of just enlightening everyone about rabbit farming and ensuring that people are eating good meat. Thanks guys for watching. We will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, if you had anything that we have not answered in this video, please put it in the comment section below. We are going to try our best to get back to everyone that has put a comment here on YouTube. See you in the next video. Bye.